What's going on, Average Tech Guy here, and today we're back. More tech, more reviews, and this, my friends, is the DYU C2. Today, we'll be talking about it, and we'll be seeing if this is the commuter bike for you. So let's go. So the DYU is one of their newer bikes from the company DYU, of course. This is a 16-inch commuter. It has a full throttle system. It has a nice bell on the front of it, which my kids love to ring that bell. It also has a mini LED display right up on top that's going to show you how fast you're going. This is where you're going to control your different speeds and things of that nature. And it also has the air disc brakes built right onto it. One of the best features about this thing is the ease of use and the ability to be able to fold it up and unfold it. And speaking of unfolding, when you get this thing in right out of the box, it is folded up in the box. There is no assembly required other than putting on the pedals. That's right, that's all you gotta do. Well, actually the handlebar just locks in place, but for the most part, it's already assembled. I would say like 90 to 95% already put together. Slap the pedals on, click the handlebar in place, and you are good to go. Okay, so I am having to film part of this at night. So on-off switch is right down here on the side. You can see it, and your charging port is right here, covered by that flap that we got. And then up top, this is where your LED display is. Now your LED display has two buttons on the side. The button on the top is your power button to turn it on, and the button down bottom is your manual button or your mode button. Holding down the actual power button will turn the device on. You'll notice your LED starting to blink. And now let's take a quick look at what this thing can do once you get it turned on. So it starts off by giving you the 2 zeros. 2 zeros just means that it's not moving. The battery down here means it's full. You can actually toggle your 1, 2, and 3 power levels. Each power level is gonna make it go a little faster, and you go down to get rid of them. If you want to turn on your headlamp, hold the up toggle, and it actually turns on your headlamps. And the dog just ran up on me and scared me. It turns on your headlamp and it turns on your tail light as well. So those are some of the features, and I kind of wanted to wait until nighttime just to show you guys how that actually works. But the headlamp is really nice. It's pretty well lit. And then if you need to turn any of those things off, hold this button down again at the top. And once again, it toggles back and forth. So top and bottom, top and bottom. That's how you're gonna work it. Power it on and off right here, and your mode button is gonna be right here. Now this device does have an assistive push. So if you're going forward and you hold down the bottom button, it'll actually kick in. It will give you a little boost. Let's just say you're going up a hill or something and you need some help getting up that hill. It's gonna give you a bit of a boost. So holding down on this toggle while you are pushing it will give you a boost of power so that you can get to where you're going a lot easier. In the box, you're going to get the instruction manual. They also give you some tools to fix everything that you need. So don't worry about having to go to the garage and get things out of your toolbox. They're going to give you everything that you need to put this together. I guarantee you putting this whole setup together took me maybe 10 minutes. That's it. So very easy to use. Anybody can do it. It is a great way to receive a bike. You don't have to put too much together. And I like things that already come put together. So one of the biggest things I always like to tell people is what this device is actually made of, because some of these things can get kind of heavy at times. I do have one that's upwards of 70 pounds, and then I have this one, which is probably coming in at my lightest. It weighs in at about 52.5 pounds. So it's made out of magnesium alloy, very lightweight, 500 watts of peak power. It's a 16-inch bike, I already mentioned that. And it has a 48-volt battery system. And I will tell you that the battery has never died on me. Like, that's one of the biggest things I love about it, is that once you turn it on and you ride so many times, the battery just basically does exactly what it needs to do. Really quick and easy to fold and unfold, so you really don't have to worry about all the hassle. It has a mid-mounting shock absorbing system. So that's one of the other things I really liked about it. When you are riding this bike, like literally it bounces. It takes all the shocks in the roads and little holes and little like dips and little rocks and things like that. It bounces. It's a really nice shock absorbing system. And this thing is even safe to ride at night. It has a built-in LED light on the front headlamp, and you actually have light on the back, which makes it really, really safe to ride in the dark. So max height on this bike is about 5 feet to 6.5 feet. Max weight is about 265 pounds. The max range is about 37 miles, and you're gonna get about 300 cycles on this battery charge. Max speed is probably about 15.5 miles per hour, about 25 kilometers per hour. This cannot be altered. This is set per their standards and per the regulations of wherever you live. So this is all their standards. Nothing can be changed. The max speed, once again, 15.5 miles per hour, depending on if you're going uphill or downhill, because sometimes when coming downhill, you'll get a lot faster. I was able to get this up to about 38 kilometers per hour. It's measured in kilometers, so 38, 40 kilometers per hour coming downhill, but that is going to be the fastest you are going to get outside of the regular assist pedal and the throttle pedal. So now that we've talked about majority of the specs, because there's a lot of different nuances to this actual e-bike. Oh, and it does come with your keys, so keep that in mind. I have not even taken the keys off because the battery does not have to come out in order to charge this model. Basically, you just plug it up on the side and you're good to go. Charges on its own. So that's another part that I really love about this bike, is that you don't have to worry about taking a battery off and on and off and on, because I do have one like that and it gets a little irritating at times that I now have to take this battery off and on and off and on just to charge it up. But the fact that I can plug this directly into the wall, have it charge up and have it ready to go when we get ready to ride, it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Now that we've talked about all the little specs and little nuances about this actual e-bike, let's take it for a quick ride and let's see how it handles. All right, so we're outdoors and we are going to be testing the stability and the smoothness of ride, and actually the speed on the DYU C2. So come with me as we take this ride. Now this device has 3 different levels of speed, and it typically takes about 10 to 15 seconds to kick in on the pedal assist when you're pedaling. But we're just gonna ride up and down the street and we're gonna test out the ability for it to be smooth, stable, and fast while we ride. So I actually have it on the highest level. Pretty stable ride though. It has an added suspension system and like really small fat tires on it, so it's kind of low to the ground. It has a really nice center of gravity, but it gives you a really nice ride, and I see no issue with this whole setup. The brakes are really responsive, and I'm just gonna hold them. You can probably hear them, and that is one of the disadvantages to the disc braking system, that it is kind of loud at times, but for the most part, it does a really good job at stopping you. So just keep in mind, you may hear some noise, and I'm not sure if it's just my specific model of brake, but I do hear some noise while braking. It's a little scrubbing, a little squeaking, but it does do a good job at stopping. 3 separate levels, and what we're gonna do is just turn this around, and you'll get a chance to see, without the blinking, but there are 3 dots up top, and if you can actually toggle the speed levels. So 1, 2, 3 takes them away, and 1, 2, 3 adds them back. Once again, it does have pedal assist, but your pedal assist is only going to kick in probably at about 10 to 15 second mark of you using this. So when you don't want to just use your throttle, pedal assist kicks in at about 10 to 15 seconds. Up until that point, you're kind of on your own, and there's no gear level for these pedals. So just keep that in mind. Typically, I would have my helmet on. We always ride with a helmet, but I'm just riding like from my house to the end of the street. I'm being extra careful though, so we're gonna ride. Here we go. So we're looking at a Very smooth ride. Once again, it is a kind of a short bike, and you probably can't see it because it's focusing on my face. Also, pedal assist works at its best when you're going uphill. So I'm going uphill right now. Pedal assist kicks in automatically. Like as soon as you start pedaling and you're going uphill, it kicks in. So that's one of the best features about it. On flat land, not so much, but going up a hill, it kicks in right away. So actually riding this bike is very simple, very easy. Just about anybody can do it. I don't see any issues with anybody having any problems riding this piece of equipment. It has 3 different speed levels, and right now we're just coasting. I'm not doing anything. It does, however, have a full throttle right here that I can twist and pull. As of right now, I'm going downhill. I don't really need to use this throttle, but as we come up on the other side, you'll actually get a chance to see how fast this is gonna go as we go up the hill. Putting on brakes, once again, is very easy. And we are now down the hill, and we will use throttle to go uphill. Once again, we are top speeds of coming downhill 30 miles per hour, but as we go uphill, we are using this throttle, and let's give it a boost. There we go. Let's talk about the pedal assist. Now, right now we are coasting. Once again, no pedaling is going on, and I'm gonna put on brakes and bring us to a complete stop. Complete standstill, and now we're just gonna pedal. So as you can see, pedal assist, it has not kicked in yet. I'm pedaling. It takes anywhere from roughly about 10 to 15 seconds, and then you can feel the pedal assist engage, and there we go, and we actually start to move a little bit faster than normal. Just keep in mind, this is not a normal pedal assist. This bike has 350 watts of power, so it's not going to get you the biggest, baddest, fastest, but it's going to get you where you need to be in a timely manner. The DYU C2 is actually on sale right now. You can go by and check it out. I'm gonna be sure and drop a link below so you can do that. But I will say it's probably one of the better bikes that I have. It's one of the smallest because it is a commuter bike. So this is really made for people who live like in the city and want to travel back and forth to work without burning up so much gas. And you can just fold this bike up, take it into the office, and then you can get back on it, ride your way home. But different people will have different uses for it. I find it useful just riding with my kids, having a good time in the neighborhood, things of that nature. But I would give it a big thumbs up. It checks all the boxes, has really nice braking system, has front brakes, back brakes, has headlamp, has tail light, has a rack so you can actually attach things to the back of it. I mean, you can't say a whole lot more. You can't ask for much more on a bike. The seat is adjustable, so it's gonna basically fit heights from like 5 feet up to 6.5. I mean, you really can't get much better than that. I had my little skepticisms about it when I first got it, just seeing how low it was. But after riding it for about a week or so, I really come to enjoy it, and I come out and I'm normally the first one that jumps on the small bike now. So I give it a big thumbs up. Hopefully you will too. If you're in the market for an e-bike, I think this is a good one to start out with. This is the DYU C2. Hopefully this has been able to help someone out. Until next time, Average Tech Guy out. Peace.